Hello, North Carolina District Export Council members. This is your Vice Chair, Jonathan Such. This is our March vlog update, and I'm coming to you from the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, the site of our March 29th deck meeting, and I want to go over a few things with you, so let's dive right in. Let's begin with some exciting news. Flow Sciences and our very own Steve Jans was recognized March 9th by Wilmington Biz as a May winner in the functional product category.
What we actually decided to do a little bit differently because we have the deck meeting is, unbeknownst to all of you, you are all in the March update. So Emily will be recording you for all these different committees and everything else. So as Bill Harrison says, we're going to make you all stars for this month.
Oh, okay. Yes. We're talking about the TREI, which is the Triad Regional Export Initiative. The TREI is a part of the GO Center, Global Opportunity Center. It's funded mainly, talking about the TREI, by the Golden Leaf and the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation grants that were received by the organization. It's driven, or its focus is to engage with rural types of businesses to help them become exporters or better exporters by amplifying such organizations as the DEC, the SBTC, the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina, and also it's very metric driven. And by that I mean we have certain benchmarks that we need to continually meet or exceed to continue the funding by the Golden Leaf Foundation. I'm happy to say that we have in all areas exceeded those metrics, and they're extremely pleased with what we have done so far.
About building the trade DNA, and I don't think there's anything other than export universities that is more important than them. And we're the only DEC that we know about in the nation that's really targeting this and reaching down to educating the trade students on this. I think it's very important. You want to get some
Sure. First, I want to say that Clem sends his regards and his regrets he wasn't able to come today because he's down in Florida at a high school sports awards ceremony to witness his grandson. Can you imagine him having a grandson? I'll let that sink in. But his grandson is getting his football letter, and so he's down there trying to find a letter sweater for his grandson and witness the whole thing. So he sends his regards and wishes he could be here, but he said he had more important things to do. The second thing is that I want to apologize to Olga, Vivian, and Stephanie and the other members of the DNA export, building the export DNA committee, since we haven't had any committee meetings lately. But we are still operating, we're still doing a lot, and I'd like to break it down into like 4 different areas. One is the Department of Public Instruction's curriculum, trying to get some sort of ongoing international trade program into their curriculum. The second thing is the summer conference for the DPI teachers. The third thing is DEC members going into classes and talking about exporting. And then finally, the future business leaders of America. Those are the 4 things that we really seem to be concentrating on. And with respect to the DPI curriculum, that's kind of a long-term situation. We've talked to the people out in California. They gave a presentation to DPI about their T-shirt around the world program, which seems to be an already made canned thing that anybody could use, but it still has to go through the DPI curriculum, all the hoops they have to jump through, and that's generally a couple of years. So that's out there. We're still working on it. We're still pushing on it, and we're working with Gail McDougall from DPI and Dolores Ollie from DPI. The second thing is the summer conference for DPI. Clem and I spoke there last summer, and we have been invited back to the scene of the crime to again, give another one of our programs. Several of you have seen the program, or at least the PowerPoint program that we gave, and some of them have used it or parts of it in going to classrooms. So we are going back there, and one of the other things that is interesting about this, again, this goes to all of the high school teachers throughout North Carolina, and they all come, and they have all these different sessions, and we're just one of many sessions, but we generally get a fairly good turnout for it. Another session that is going to be there is by a high school teacher called Art Close from Western High School in Greensboro. And he has a logistics class that he teaches. And he also has it, there's a program where he goes to where they have the logistics program itself. So he's going to be talking about his in his own session, whereas Clem and I will be talking more about regular exporting and the benefits of international trade and so forth. But after his logistics session, he's going to then take whoever wants to go on a tour of his logistics program. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but we've already said we're going. So that's where we're going with that. But one of the other things, which I may need some help here from all of you, one of the nice things we had last time were giveaways at this session. Clem was very good at asking questions, and whoever answered it correctly, throwing things out to him. So if you have anything that we might use at this conference, which is going to be in July, if you have anything, any giveaways or anything, I'd certainly like them so we can give them out. We had some nice ones last year.
A big event, and then we have some tactical events. I'll still dig on the tactical. For me, just because it's how I operate, I'm a big thinker. I've got a very big event that I'm planning, and I've been putting a lot of work into over the last 6 months since the Lone Rider. When was the Lone Rider event? September. So I have the NC Joint Forces National Guard and the Lumbee Indians who are going to do an opening ceremony at this event. I've got about a dozen potential speakers, which will narrow down to about 4 or 5 keynote speakers. I have an event planner who's been helping me through the process. I've got a woman who's been working within North Carolina agriculture and promoting NC Ag, who's going to be putting together displays for all the tables. We're going to be doing it at Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh. There's a lot of reasons as to why, but if you guys have ever heard of the White Table event, it's going to be similar to that. So it's going to be outside in the fresh air at Dorothea Dix Park. I have a good friend of mine who throws concerts, and so we have an idea of throwing a concert afterwards. And then there's just a lot of wheels in motion. Because there's so much involved here, and there's so many people from so many different industries that I'm talking to, both the Chamber of Commerce. Obviously, this is going to be a fundraiser for the DEC and for some North Carolina specific organizations that everyone can rally behind. There's a lot of planning involved, and there's some upfront costs. So I'm actually out talking to a handful of sponsors. We're shooting for November of this year. All likelihood, I'm probably going to say this is not going to happen in November. It's probably going to happen in 2019. So exactly when it is still TBD.
So Export University, and so a little bit of an update on Export University, and we were advertising today to be a DEC meeting joint with Export University, as we typically do a couple of times a year. The next DEC meeting will be joint with an Export U 101 in Asheville. So there on the bottom, I think I sent that flyer out to you all this morning. It may still be in draft form. I don't know if anybody saw any other corrections, misspelled stuff, or terms that I goofed up on the flyer. So if you have any more corrections, please send me those. But registration is live for June 7th. The Export University today was supposed to be an Export University, or is still an Export University 201. It's just been postponed until May.
May is the date that we're looking at right now. That's not 100% official. I still need to go back to all the speakers and stuff and make sure that it's okay with them. But it looks like for everybody, May 8th is a good date. So we're probably 75% that that's when it's going to be.
So this was an Export University 201.
Yes.
And we had, so we postponed it. The reason it was postponed was because we had low attendance going in.
We had maybe a handful, maybe less than 10 folks that registered for the event. Surprising. We felt like it's very surprising, especially for that topic. So the topic was website globalization and social media. So we postponed it. Hopefully we'll have a better opportunity to market it sorry.
Yeah, just really like one just talking about what Tom was saying. Yes, there's a lot of current things happening, and if we could leverage that, and everybody's talking, for example, aluminum and steel tariffs right now. If we could enough to do like training on that, I'm sure there would be a lot more people showing up for those. So we're talking about issues that are, happening in the past. This is what's happening right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to know. And it's, it's affecting pretty much every company. So it would be one good idea for us to, if we were quick enough, we probably could get a lot of people to show up for that.
We were approached by the BIS, Bureau of Industry and Security. I guess Wayne reached out to them at the National Debt meeting, and they came back to us and said, look, we are interested in doing a Bureau of Industry and Security event. Other DECs have been able to generate large sums of revenue for this. And for those of you who may be new to this committee, the intent of this committee is to help the DEC generate more funds. The DEC has a decent amount of funds right now as a result of a couple of major events that the DEC put on 2013, 2014, one in Raleigh, one in Charlotte, called Discover Global Markets. So the idea is to find another event or two like that to sort of help with the DEC coffers so we can fund, maybe help subsidize Gold Keys or help subsidize meetings like this, or help subsidize exporters who are looking to get face-to-face with global buyers, and whatever that is, maybe even paying for a trade show participation, which the DEC did several years ago for Hanover Messe. So that's where we're at. BIS has sent us a sample MOU that we would have to sign. It's very similar to the MOUs that we signed with Discover Global Markets. Bill, thank you for taking a look at that MOU. You've taken a look at it and said you didn't see any major concerns with it. I think we as a DEC need to feel comfortable that it's a good event for us and we feel like we're going to make enough money off of it.
North Carolina District Export Council members and partner agencies, I want to thank you for watching our March vlog update. I also want to remind you DEC members that May is the 2018 Legislative Summit in Washington, D.C. I hope to see you there, and if I don't see you there, I look forward to seeing you in June in Asheville, my hometown, for the next DEC meeting.